There are no firearms used in this video. I repeat, break barrels, CO2, PCP, slingshots, air bows, but no actual firearms. I guess I'm required to say that on YouTube now. They haven't hit me up about it, but here I am. Boom! Welcome to Flying Can Ranch in Athens, Texas. And yes, my hair is getting longer and my stash is getting longer, and the only thing not getting longer is probably my life. So I have been working out more. I've been hitting my bag. Started out with 6. If we were long, I was doing like 12, 3-minute rounds, going at it, not just bink, 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 bink. I'm talking about getting it. Did a little something to the shoulder, backside, caught it wrong, but I'm not 16 anymore. So, first thing I want to address, should be sitting right next to me. I just want to kind of put this out, or the buyer be well, if anybody remembers this Mativity MA2. And first of all, I was upset that this can was completely empty. I mean, really? I paid good money for this, like $4.50. Now it's paperweight. And the reason being is there's a little valve up here that I got notified. I watched a video where one guy said, a lot of people aren't being alerted to this. It's bad. It'll leak, it'll do all kinds of stuff. Now, you can order just the air valve from Mativity. But I reached out to Mativity and said, okay, am I covering the shipping cost? Never got an answer. So I got 2 choices. I can either get Airgun Depot to get me this piece and I can put it in myself. If you look up Mativity air leak, or Mativity's leaking air, there's a real good detailed video on how to get this barrel band off, and then how to get this out of the stock, and then how you can take the whole tube out and this piece off and replace that. Or I can get old Airgun Depot and said, okay, just shoot me a cost for me to ship it to you, and then for you to ship it to Mativity, and Mativity to ship it back, and then get it back to me functioning. Now, if anybody from Mativity is listening, I would tell anybody right now, don't buy this. Now, they do make an MA3, which I probably won't end up with one because that thing's like $600. I think it's a lever action, if I remember right. But I wouldn't advise anybody to buy one of these. Even a current model, I'd have to do some research. But Mativity, that's on you. I'm just going to call you out and say, you put out a product and you took a customer's money. You should have been able to contact me and say, okay, this is the problem. We're going to send you a UPS or whatever shipping label and ship it back to us, and we'll fix it and we'll send it to you. But, that's the problem. It seems like the more money I spend on these guns, the worse they get. Mativity, you should be ashamed of yourself. I mean, seriously, you people really should be ashamed of yourself. So, that being said, if you've got one, there's a good video on how to replace that valve. I don't know if Airgun Depot or Pyramid Air can get it for you. I'll have to do some more research. But in the meantime, Mativity, wow. Unbelievable. So let me set that over here. Now that I've talked about that. Now, many of you will remember back when I reviewed this Pinty or Pinty or whatever they call it. And I did good with it. It a little heavier trigger work. Some guys said, oh, I'd like to see some trigger work on that. People, I just show you what you get out of the box. I was able to hit things at 45 yards. I was able to hit things at about 70 yards, even with the trigger as stiff as it is. A little louder than I expected. This one I put a regular Winchester scope on. So, that'd be that. we're gonna set that down here, and we'll get to the meat and potatoes. Oh, it just doesn't slide. Yeah, hold on a second. I gotta put this thing off on me. Now let me get the meat and potatoes, and we'll talk about it. Okay, here we go. And I'll probably need my glasses. I actually remember to bring everything I could think of up here. I forgot to check one thing. Looky here. I'm going to take this mag out, close this up. This is a Mativity Bullpup PCP air rifle. We're going to go down it this way. We're going to flip it around. And some people say, oh, you could redo the stock, you know, for what you gave for it, but I liked it just the way it was. And I've already made some videos on this. So, and we'll come around the business end. Now they say, well, let's just hold on a minute. Before I go any further on this particular one, and I'll lift the cap on the table, that's neither here nor there. I put this Manus on here, AO scope. And that's a 3.9 by 32. And that works pretty good. So I'm going to set this down for just a second, maybe. Yeah, right here. Oh, we'll just talk about it. I've got to show you these, how to load this mag and stuff. So, okay, this is a 22 caliber pellet gun, and it blows them out, they say, at about 800 feet per second. I don't have a chronograph as of yet. Yeah, I know you've heard that for several years. The overall length of this gun is going to be 27 inches, 0.5. The barrel length is 18.1, and it weighs about 5.3 pounds. It does come with this Weaver rail. The trigger weight's about 3 pounds, and you get 2 9-round magazines and a fill probe. Now, let me see if I can set these. I'll show you something. I didn't look into this before we start this video, so I'm just going to find something close so you can get an idea. I'll call this one. Maybe. Let me research something here very, very quickly. Where's that, dog? That's close enough. This is kind of different. Your fill probe will fit right there. This piece slides forward. So you can just pull the fill probe out and that will snap back in place. Now, this doesn't, it will turn a little bit, so you're going to have to lift it up, but your fill port is right there. So once you get that up, it comes with this little fill port. I'm not sure, but I think that's the right one. I got a bag of them. And that is how you fill the magazine, or the air tube. I did it with an air pump. I think brand new. I had to put like 230 pumps on it, and then later on I was filling it with my compressor. That's kind of how I ran into the deal of Mativity. And I was fixing to tear it apart, and I did some research on YouTube and found out, well, it's got a problem. And I was notified about the problem, but neither here nor there. So, real quick, we're going to show you how to load this magazine. They're a lot like a Hudson. So I've got these Crossman Piranhas. I think they're 14.3 grains. So all the shooting views I did with these pellets. So we'll set that down here. And where the hell, oh, there it is. This is the magazine. So holding it with the clear piece closest to you, like this, you're gonna break this off and you're gonna go counterclockwise all the way around, all the way around, all the way around. And the very first pellet, let me make sure I got it all the way around. I think so. Nope, it'll go a little more. See, that's what I'm saying. The first pellet you put in here is going to go on here nose first. And you're going to drop it down in there, hold your finger, and then turn it around. And then you're going to go, let me get my glasses for a second. So we went counterclockwise to get the spring going. And then there's a, let me make sure I'm not, okay, there's a flat point. It's hard to see in that hole. That's where if you shoot the last round, you're out. And I want to make sure I'm on that. Yes, so I'm going to move it up to right about, man, I can't see nothing in this shop today. Here. Hopefully we'll drop another one in it. So that's, let me move that a little bit. It's a little tricky, but there it went, fell in there, so that's 2. And it'll get a little rough. You move it just a little bit. That's 3. You got to get it kind of lined up there to where it'll fall in there. Go a little bit more. This should be number 4. Hate to bore you with all this. And we'll rock it a little bit, and that's 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to move it over just a little bit. And here is 5. And then we'll move it just a little bit. That is 6. Now remember, I'm turning clockwise now. 7. And here is, it comes with 2 of these. 8. And a little bit more. And that should give me the 9. There you go, 9 rounds. Pop. Now the clear end is going to be facing you, and there's a little groove right here. So hopefully I can show you this on the gun. We'll pick it up. We're going to turn it around. Damn arrows everywhere. And your port is back here. So I'm going to open this, and then I'm going to find that groove. Hold on a second, let me make sure I'm in the right place here. I'm having a problem here, what's going on? Well, why aren't you loading? I got you all the way back. Oh, my bad. It goes upward like this. Then it gets in the groove and it slides right in. Close it up. You're good to go. Let me step over here for just a second. See if I can get that key right. Nice. I can talk it again. You gotta watch that. It may have double loaded. Yeah, I'm kind of jammed up now. Let's see if I did. Uh-oh. Yeah, I might have got one stuck in it now. I'm not going to break it, so let's put this back in here and see if we can. Yeah, I think I double loaded it, I'm not sure, but that is how you load the magazine. I've had a few problems with this, and I'm not getting it to close. Back up. It's starting to, but I don't want to get too crazy with it. But at any rate, that's how you load the mag. The problem is when I cocked this back, it slipped out of my hand. So I may have got more than one pellet in there. I'll give it one more quick shove. Yeah, we'll just clear it out later. See if I can get this out of here again. Yeah, it's jacking me up really bad now, because now I can't get the mag back out. It's trying to feed it's what it's trying to do. So I've got a rod I can push that out with, but that's kind of how the whole thing works. This has been a little disappointment. I didn't expect this to happen, but now you know. Now, for anybody that asked, yes, I did leave that plastic thing on the cocking lever. That's just me. But you can see now, I'm not going to be able to, and I don't want to get too crazy and get them bundled up in there. So that is what it is. But I'm going to post this video. You're going to see where I got it to work very well without any malfunctions. And these are plastic mags. Let's see if I can chase that back in there a little bit. Yeah, it's not going to come out. So it is what it is. So if I get it working again, I'll let you know. So, but I've already done a shooter review at like 45 yards. There's another one about 65, 70 yards. It was hitting very, very well with this scope. Now I did raise up the thing about, I don't know, 4 clicks and then 5 clicks and then maybe 2 more clicks. I probably should have just adjusted my AO, but I was challenging myself. But it's not that loud, and the trigger is much better than the original. When they say 3 pounds, I would say around 3 pounds. So I'm going to see if I can get this thing ungummed, and then I'll let you know if I got it or not. Excuse me. And I've been collecting a few swords, just some samurai swords and some Viking swords and things like that I showed you in my last video. So I just wanted to get this out there so you would see what it is. You already saw a problem I had, is when you cock this, make sure you get it all the way back. You know, I should have gripped my finger and clicked it all the way back. But see now, let me see if I can feel the mag moving. Yeah, I can see that mag trying to move. It's trying to feed it. All right, we won't mess with it any longer. So, you know, I've given a lot of thanks to a lot of my viewers for subscribing and comment section, all that. I would like to take a little bit of time to really thank my wife. She's really supported me the whole time through this. And most of these I bought after I moved here. We bought this house. She's, oh, no more air guns, you know. Never fails. The Mativity I bought, like I said, I paid like $450 for that. Then the other 50 I bought, I was living here. So it is what it is. So that being said, we're going to ramble for a minute because I've got some idiot trying to call me and it's going to mess my video up. But at any rate, hopefully it'll hang up in a minute. Potential spam. Crazy world. Come on, you can go away now. There you went. So, yeah, and just, oh, a number. Yeah, you idiot. So, that's all I can tell you. Let me see if I can get this thing cleared and I'll get back with you. I got to haul this stuff back down to the house. Very disappointment with the Mativity. Now I got this problem, so. Wacky world of air guns, as me and a friend of mine like to say. So that's how we do it at the Flying Can Ranch in Athens, Texas. I don't know what else I can say. So I've got some other stuff on run review. Got my eye on a few things. Plus I got them on some more swords. So we'll just work it out as we go. Later.